वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। अथ 12. एवं सततयुक्ता ये भक्तास्त्वां पर्युपासते ये चाप्यक्षरमव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमाः। मय्यावेश्य मनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेतास्ते मे युक्ततमा मताः। ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्यमव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवम्। सन्नियम्येन्द्रियग्रामं सर्वत्र समबुद्धया ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः। क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषामव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखं देहवद्भिर्वाप्यते। ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परा अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धरता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्। मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः। अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय। अभ्यासेऽप्यसमर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि। अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्। श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानात् विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्। अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी। सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः। यस्मान्नो द्विजते लोको लोकान्नो द्विजते च यः हर्षामर्षभयोद्वेगैर्मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः। अनपेक्षः शुचिर्दक्ष उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः। यो न हृष्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभपरित्यागी भक्तिमान् यः स मे प्रियः। समः शत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयो शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु समः सङ्गविवर्जितः। तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिर्मौनी सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेता स्थिरमतिर्भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः। ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्दधाना मत्परमा भक्तास्तेतीव मे प्रियाः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। उपस्थित भगवत भक्तों के रूप में मेरी
अपनी ही आत्माओं। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता भगवान के मुखार बिंद से निकली हुई अमर वाणी है, और जो भी जीव श्रद्धा सहित इस अमर वाणी को धारण करता है, वो जीवत्व को छोड़कर ईश्वरत्व की प्राप्ति करता है, इसमें कोई संशय नहीं। ये जीवात्मा चाहे जिस देश में रहे और चाहे जिस भेष में रहे, गीता सबका सब काल में समान रूप से कल्याण करने वाला एक अनुपम एवं अलौकिक ग्रंथ है।
Gita Kiran, are we doing the healing session? Please go ahead.
करुणावतारम् संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारम् सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भूर्भुवः स्वाहा तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवः स्वाहा तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवः स्वाहा तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् जितसङ्गदोषा अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामा द्वन्द्वे विमुक्तः सुखदुःखसङ्गे गच्छन्त्यमूढः परमव्ययं तत् सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukha bhaveet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kansajanu Ramadanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Even though I feel overwhelmed, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. Even though I feel turbulent inside, I love and accept these feelings. I'm a unique expression of life, overflowing with fullness. I'm harmony, I'm clarity, I'm peace. I'm divine intelligence, thinking the right thoughts, taking the right actions, surrounded by the right people, to live fully and purposely. It is safe for me to get well. It is safe for me to be healthy. It is safe for me to be happy and wealthy. I know the healing power is within me, and I trust it to guide me on the journey. Precious Lord of the universe, just now I'm opening my heart, my mind to Thee. I open my heart and my mind to trust Thee and to know Thee. I embrace trust. I embrace trust. I embrace trust. You can slowly open your eyes and know that you are a unique and beautiful spiritual being of pure consciousness, and all you have to do is to shine brightly, and you will be helping the world and the universe. Jai Shri Krishna and Merry Christmas.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you so much. So beautiful. With this, I'd like to invite our respected Guru Bhai, Joshiji, to please take over. Over to you, Joshiji. Unmute yourself. Unmute कीजिए.
Okay, can I have the screen? Is it not what I wanted? This is my typical. Well, Jai Shri Krishna, everyone.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Today, I want to share a news not very pleasant. A very, very close devotee of Gurudev. There's a sound coming from somewhere.
Rameshji, you need to mute yourself. Ramesh Kemlaniji, please mute yourself. Perfect.
Yeah. Very, very close, very senior, long-time devotee in Thailand. Sri Hasat Anwani ji left his mortal body today on 7th. I want to say some feelings about him. When we had the International Gita Conference in Chicago, our souvenir was printed in Thailand, and he was in charge of doing everything, got the books from Thailand to here, and attended every Gurudev's birthday conference meeting in Tivoli, Jodhpur, India. Was a great donor. Many things were implanted in Gita Dham with his financial help. And friends, why I brought it especially for him is I stayed with him. I went to Thailand. I stayed with him for 4 or 5 days and shared many things with him about Gita Dham. And only 4 years ago, thanks to Geeta Kiran ji, that on her invitation, Raju Karamchandani and I went from India to Thailand and again saw him. He was ailing with some physical problem due to age, but had the same expression. He was a wonderful devotee, always smiling, always happy. I requested our friend Raju Karamchandani if he has brought 1 minute of Vasudev Satam in Gurudev's voice. Raju, are you in there?
Yeah, Jai Shri Krishna. I have it, but I cannot share his photo because I think I need to get permission to share his photo, the one that you shared with me. And also the Vasudeva Suttam for a minute, I did have it cut into one recitation for it to repeat, but I'm not able to upload that link. It's a YouTube link, short link.
That's okay. So what we will do is that we will do Vasudeva Suttam ourselves for a few seconds. And
yeah,
continue.
and the picture, if you can share it or I can share it, I have it here, but I'm not able to share it. I'm not a host.
You can. It's put on multiple. So Joshiji, please stop your sharing first, and then Rajuji can share.
Oh, okay.
I get out from here?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. So. Okay, you guys can see it's.
That's all we need. And I think we should do Vasudev Sutam Devam for a few seconds and pay our homage to the departing souls. Shall we? So let's do that. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Thank you, Raju. can give me the screen back. Well, friends, let's begin our regular program. We were in the 4th chapter for my side, and wonderful presentation by Dr. Prasad. In 4th chapter, we are refining the Karma Yoga. It has been mentioned earlier, Karmani Evadikaraste Ma Puresu Kadachana. We should have the right to act, not the fruit of it. And this is understood only if it is practiced properly. Then Sri Krishna goes in 4th chapter, gives you the jnana of karma. What is the right and the best way to get karma done? And that he takes very much, most part of Bhagavad Gita. How to do karma that you can be called karma yogi. Then he says so many things, and we discussed the things about karma and akarma, how to see karma in akarma and akarma in karma. A very difficult concept. Only Gurudev can make it clear, but we discussed that. Our goal is to do something as if we are not doing it for our sake. You don't take any part in the attachment of the karma you do. You do it as if you are doing it for the service of God. If I do something, I must learn to feel I'm serving God. And when you serve the God, serve the Sri Krishna, then you don't expect anything. When you don't expect anything, it becomes a form of akarma. And again, you do many things in your life and don't take the ownership. And you keep doing it and don't think you are doing it. We had the example of Krishna and Gopi last time. So we will talk more about it. And I will be discussing it with Vitaji and Geeta Kiran ji, that we will keep a 10-minute slot for someone to share their knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Because we want, it is a session where we evolve ourselves with ourselves. So someone wants to take 10 minutes, other than what we are doing regularly, we will allow them. Also, we will have the question answer. If you have any concerned question, like I had a wonderful talk with Ramesh Shimalani this morning, and he talked about chapter 8, verse 3, talked about Karma Yoga, how. So these things can be expanded. So we want more participation because we are the same devotees of Gurudev. He has given us the beautiful electricity through Diksha. We all have him in us, and we need to hear it and expand it more so that we see he has done virtually wonders. He was a powerhouse. He was the ocean and we had a little bucket of water from him. So let us share that water and share with more people. So that's what we will do. So at this time, I want to request Dr. Prasadji, because he has a long presentation here last week, and we always tell him, please, enough time now has passed. So we want to give him all the time he has. Give us about 5 minutes before the hour ends, so that we can graciously end this program. So I want to request our beloved, respected, I usually tell him, Professor Dr. Prasadji, who works very hard to make a presentation. I know what it takes to go through many verses and color code Sanskrit and Hindi in the same color so you can understand. So we are fortunate to have him. So Dr. Prasadji, I take my screen out. We are all blessed with the Gurudev. We are having this darshana right now. So I am taking my screen out, and please be attentive. Thank you very much, Jai Krishna, and thank you, Raju, so much for your technical assistance to bring Tanwani ji live again. He is a great soul, and we will see people like him again. Thank you. Dr. Prasad, you can take the screen. Prasad, okay. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joshi ji. Last week, an attempt was made to give some insight into the verse 35 of chapter 3. And at the end of presentation, there was a request that I should repeat that presentation, and that's what I'm going to do today. But before that, my prayer to Lord Sri Krishna and to Puja Gurudev Bhagwan. Vansi vibhushita kara navnirdabhat itambara darunabimba phaladrosthat Purnendu sundara mukha darabinda netrat Krishnat param kimapi tattvamaham na jane Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. The verse 35 of chapter 3, in this verse, the tremendous concentration of the concept of dharma, swadharma, pardharma. As you can see, here Lord is saying, Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha pardharmat swanusthita swadharme nidhanam shreyaha pardharmo bhayavaha. Obviously, Lord is trying to tell Arjuna the difference between swadharma and pardharma. These two words have come twice in this verse, and there is this Shreya and Shreya. That means Lord is trying to tell Arjuna and is comparing swadharma with pardharma and saying that even though there may be demerit in performing swadharma, it is always better than pardharma, even though that is well performed. That's the first part of the message. In second part, again, he emphasizes and goes on to the extent that even one has to die in performing swadharma, it is Shreya as compared to pardharma, which says is bhayavaha, is shot with danger. Now, this understanding of swadharma and pardharma will come later on, but before that, we should understand what is dharma, because dharma also goes with combination with other word has been extensively mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. So much so I have counted more than 20 times this word has come. Obviously, it has tremendous importance in, and so far individual is concerned, his understanding of his dharma and then his dharma is very, very important in everyday life. As we know, the purpose of all avatars have been to establish dharma.
I think the sound problem persists.
Yuga. The main purpose is dharma sansthapanarthaya. Of course, we understand that the Gita teaching, we have the two words dharma at the very beginning, dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yutsabha, and at the end, say dharma mama. So there is this, what Gita teaches, yatra yogeshwara krishno, yatra partho dhanurdara, tatra sri viyor bhutir dhruva netir matir mama. So the first word in Bhagavad Gita is dharma, and the last word is mama. Putting together all the commentators of Bhagavad Gita has given emphasis that Gita teaches mama dharma. If you take the first word of the first verse and the last word of the last verse. So we have to understand what is my dharma, mama dharma. Commentators have also put together the two words at the start of chapter 1, dharma kshetre kurukshetre, and put them as kshetre dharma kuru. So again, the emphasis is in every field wherever you are, you must be concentrating on the dharma of your own. What is your dharma? And perform that dharma accordingly. Well, dharma in English, there is no suitable word for it. One may call it righteousness, bounden duty, or good conduct, but those are not appropriate insofar dharma is concerned. In Sanskrit, the root word dhatu, from the word that from the word from which dharma comes out, is dhri. Dhri means dharana karna, to hold on to. Dharayate iti dharmaha, जो धारण किया जाता है, one adopts that, one which is held on to, one to whom you can hold on. It cannot be fluid or gas. It has to be something solid, something firm, a kind of pillar that you can hold on to that. Not only that, the dharma is also defined as yaha syat dharma sanjuktaha sa dharma iti nischayah, that which has capability to hold on to. The two things here I may emphasize, that which you want to hold on to and that which has the capacity to allow you to hold that together. As I mentioned last time, if you have an iron rod, it is good enough, you can hold on to, but it will not attract iron coils here and there. But if there is magnetism in that which is added on to it, then it develops capacity to hold something. Dharma is that not only you hold on to it, but it also holds on to you if you follow that line of dharma. Insofar applicability is concerned, you look at two levels, at material level and at a spiritual level. Dharma means law of being. Something is because of that. If there is no sweetness, there is no sugar. If there is no hotness, it's not chili. So dharma of chili is to give you hotness. Dharma of sugar is to give you sweetness. So also dharma of fire is to give you heat. Dharma of water is to give wetness. So all those are in material field, material world. You give that individual that, so that which makes its own being, it has its own dharma of that. But in go to spiritual level, then dharma is that by which the path to spiritual progress is established. You are able to progress in the line of spirituality. You move ahead towards the Lord, towards the God, away from the samsara. So that path which is taking with that idea, that concept, that those everything what makes you move ahead spiritually, that is your dharma. That also it leads, of course, once you are on that path, it will lead to liberation. Muni Kanhad, who is a proponent of Vaisheshik Darshan, he has defined dharma as yat. That is dharma. Maharaj Ji, in very simple word, he has told this, and many times has repeated. He has said, धर्म वह कर्म है जो प्राणी को जीवत से छुड़ाकर ईश्वरत्व की ओर ले जाता है. That which relays you from jivatva and leads on to Ishwaratva, that is dharma. Any action which you perform, think before performing whether it is taking you higher up on the ladder of spirituality or not. Now let us look at what is Swadharma and what is Paradharma. Maharaji always talks, any topic he wants to take up, he will take you towards Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik, and Adhyatmic pursuit. How in Adhyatmic there are thousands and thousands of things in the world where people are people who takes care of the house, the cleaning and all those things. So there is a individual who is a teacher. His job is to teach. A housekeeper or the one who cleans the floor will not be able to teach. So that is Paradharma and that is Swadharma. Adi Bhautik, in Adhyatmic way, the Daivi Shakti, that is fire, dharma of fire is to give heat, water is to make it wet, air is to make it dry. That is Adi Daivik Swadharma. So if dharma of fire is taken up by water, there will be chaos. So this is the Paradharma dharma. That is what talks about Vayavaha. Adhyatmic way, of course, there is involvement of Atma that provides power. But when it's providing power, if the mind which gets input from the senses do not get the proper input, there will be completely chaos there. So Lord has said that the performance of action depending upon assignment of duties in Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik and Adhyatmic world is your dharma. But if you follow Paradharma, there will be complete disharmony and that will be Bhayavaha. Now that one has to always avoid that. Now, how Swadharma is determined? Now, this is beautifully explained in Bhagavad Gita at many places. I do not want to take you through all those, but one example here, Lord, is given in verse 841, chapter 18, Karmani Prabhuvaktani Swabhava Prakriteih Gunaih. Everything is put in here, how one's Swadharma is determined. You see what happens that you have the latent vasana from your past lives. And these vasanas, this is the prakriti, this is your prakriti. And those have the combination of satogun, rajogun, and tamogun. Develops in the individual. That pattern of thinking is determined by the quality of the three guna contained in a particular individual. Soon after they're born, after the initial 6 months or so, you will find they come to a status where you can see the child is so quiet. He doesn't want to run away here and there. That is a different sattvic component in him that makes him behave that way. On the other hand, a child is very violent. He's throwing things here and there. On the other hand, there will be some child who keep on sleeping all the time. So these tendencies in the individual Saha tasya karma. As a Kshatriya and explaining to him your dharma as a Kshatriya, even if there are demerits in that, in the war you have to carry, because you are a prince, you have gone through the training to fight a war, and you have been taught to protect the country and status in society, and in that pursuit you have to engage in war. That is your dharma, even if there may be demerits in that. Number of innocent people fall heavy on you. You must take care of your swadharma and carry that out. Arjun says, Lord, papameva dasman. If I carry on killing those aggressors, you may call them, still that will be a pap. I believe in incurring sin. Arjuna was very much aware of what is sin or what is pap, punya or pap. He knew very well. So he realized that by killing those relatives, his guru, his grandfather, he will be incurring sin. But Lord says, no. On the other hand, if you do not अथ चेतोमिमं धर्मं संग्रामं न करिष्यसि ततः स्वधर्मं कीर्तिं च हित्वा पापम वाप्स्यसि. You will incur sin if you don't engage into this war, which is a dharma maya sangrama. Dharma Maya Sangram, that again is important. If somebody fights without with his own purpose to defeat somebody or to kill somebody, that is not Dharma Maya Sangram. Lord is emphasizing, Arjuna, there is difference between killing anybody and killing somebody in order to protect dharma. So Lord is emphasizing and making it clear to him that because of your swadharma, if you do not engage in this dharma-maya war, then you will be incurring sin. Sin. In fact, because of these things, Arjuna gets into some thinking, and he puts question to Atakena Prajuktoyam Papam Charati Purusaha. That will be the next verse. We'll come to that a bit later. Now you cannot. Lord is telling Arjuna that you cannot go for meditation or begging alms. That, as you said, that instead of killing my guru, I will rather go on beg alms. So no, that is the dharma of for meditation. You will not be able to perform that because your mind will remain in the state of agitation. That is for the Brahmins functions to perform. So swadharma, your swadharma, and that of somebody else, do not mix them up. You must perform your swadharma and not somebody else's dharma. Going to it at a higher level, Lord is through this verse also giving indications to humanity at large. Although this Gita was told to Arjuna, but in fact it is for all of us to follow the principle, main idea behind the main concept behind all these teachings which Lord is giving to Arjuna. Here it has been explained that you can take swadharma as individual's dharma, as I have explained earlier, but in fact swa is what? Apna. Aap kaun ho? Aap Brahm ho. Aham Brahmasmi. So there is distinction between you and your body. Body belongs to sansar. Body is not you. You are Brahma. You are self. You are capital I. Aham Brahmasmi. That capital I. You are not the body. So anything performing with the view to look towards Brahma that is your swadharma. Your swadharma is to perform action with a view to be one with Brahma. But if you are performing action for your body and your on sansara, you are for enjoying purpose. You are performing those actions for your own enjoyment. You are bhogi in that way. You go into enjoyment, state of enjoyment, and not release from bondage. If you are performing action for the sake of the body, then there you are bhogi, and that will lead to bondage. And that Lord says, bhayavaha paradharmo bhayavaha. On the other hand, if you are performing your dharma, that is dharma towards the Lord, towards Brahma, that is towards the bhakti, and that bhakti and jnana, that will lead to salvation. If you are performing action for the sake of Brahma, then that will lead towards Godhood and towards Brahma, and that is what is for us to understand. He says, so if I conclude this part of this verse, then we have to take home two messages. One, if you have not reached that state where you can engage yourself into bhakti or in jnana, you are performing actions and you are involved in the world, then your guna, depending upon the composition of guna, you are performing action. But remember that the sangha or attachment will lead you towards downgrade. If you want to move upwards, then mukta sangha samachara. On the other hand, the best thing is to act for Paramatma. Madartham karma kaunteya. Or madartham vikarmani kurban siddhim vapsasi. You perform action for my sake. And in 12th chapter, many verses, Lord has said that you perform action for me, you will reach Brahma. That is the word Madarthapi Karmani Kurvan Siddhim Vapsasi. And that again justifies the Kannada Muni's definition of karma. Yato abhyuda nisreyasa siddhi sadharma. Dharma is that which will take you, which will lead on to the progress towards spirituality and make you toward go attain siddhi. Lord and Maharaji has also said, and I repeat again, धर्म वह कर्म है जो प्राणी को जीवत से छुड़ाकर ईश्वरत्व की ओर ले जाता है. Just one word before I conclude, that there is one about धर्म का सार बताते हुए महर्षि वेद व्यास जी ने एक पद्म पुराण में एक लिखा है. आई एम ट्राइंग टू कोट दैट, एंड दैट ऑल्सो इज टू बी रिमेम्बर इन प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ. श्रूयताम धर्म सर्वस्वम श्रुत्वा चैवावधारयताम आत्मनः प्रतिकूलानि परेशान न समाचरेत. महर्षि वेदव्यास कहते हैं, हे मनुष्यों, तुम लोग धर्म का सार सुनो और सुनकर जीवन में धारण करो. क्या है वह सार? जो हम अपने लिए नहीं चाहते उसको दूसरों के प्रति न करें. Such a simple thing. Anything which you don't want to happen to you, or somebody acts for you, towards you, you should not be performing the same towards them. Hey men, you all listen to the essence of dharma, and after hearing, apply those in your life. That whatever we do not wish for ourselves, we should not apply those for others. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om.
Thank you so much, Dr. Prasadji. Today also we had some lapse of your voice in your system.
Goodness.
There were some lapse. We didn't want to disturb you, but there were some lapse in relaying. Your voice was going and then coming back, going and coming back. So maybe something to do with your microphone or some charge. So someone in Bangalore
I got checked up thoroughly, and I got some set, another set. Everything I did, my God. Next week I shall be in Patna, and I think things will be there okay.
Yeah.
It can also be the internet signal if it's weak.
Internet could be called too.
Yeah. So during that period, if you can ask everyone in the house, don't use internet. Let your program go on only. Maybe
I'm
that can
very
help a
sorry.
bit.
What is incoherent? Was it incoherent, the talk?
It was during the talk, but it was coming and going like a cycle. No, I would say maybe 10-20% of the voice was missing, but it was going like in a cycle.
My God.
But because of your screen, everything was very clear because you could see your cursor and things came out to be very, very good.
Yeah, I was hoping this can come up a very nice video, but because of the sound, the voice, this set still will not work.
Whatever came out was very clear, but then it was left again coming but left was no more than 15-20%, so hardly 15%. But it's a technological problem, and we live with it. That's okay.
I will get it checked, Joshiji. I will
That's-
get
Thank you so much. You work very hard. It's a lot of work that you do. It's not easy. I'm sure those intellectual people here in the audience love it. I love it. I'm sure so many people here are all intellectual. It's very analytically sound, but it takes a lot of work to do what you do. But I'm sure, Dr. Saw, you are used to writing technical papers, so you are good at it too. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I try my best.
You are. Thank you. Now, we had a complete promotion, and next week I will take upon fourth chapter again. Idea of the fourth chapter that Sri Krishna wants is how to refine your skill of karma, that you can call it karma yoga. And when you become karma yogi with jnana, then that karma doesn't stick to you. It doesn't come to your benefit. And that time you can leave the city and nothing goes with you. Your vasanas are cleared up, and you become basically Arjuna. And we'll take it as a very, very interesting chapter. And again, this morning I had a call from our dear friend Rameshji, and talked about certain verses of Gurudev and discourses of Gurudev. So we will discuss those in time. So at this time I want to get comments on Ahujaji. Is he still there? Dinesh?
Yes, I'm here. Hanji, Namaskar ji. Jai Shri Krishna. I really enjoyed it. I would like Dr. Prasad to visit us in person if he can, because I think what he did today was beautiful. I mean, though there was audience, audio thing was there, but it was beautiful. I mean,
very minor.
I loved it. I loved every word of it, and it was so beautifully explained that it really, you don't have to. You could understand it. You could walk the walk with it, and you can understand every phase of it. And I felt beautiful. I mean, you won't believe it. I am thrilled. Today's this thing was amazing.
I believe everything that you said, Dinesh. So now I will request Rameshji, he wants to always say something. So Rameshji, go ahead.
जय श्री कृष्णा हाँ, भगवत गीता भगवान की वाणी है। एक एक जना इतना एंजॉय कर रहा है कि वो अपने आप को स्वर्ग में फील कर रहा है कि मैं स्वर्ग में बैठा हूँ। राजू ने हमको बहुत सारे प्रवचन भेजे थे और उस यूएसबी में हम बार बार सुनते रहते हैं गुरुजी के प्रवचन। तो जो उसमें से निकलता है फिर हम सह नहीं पाते हैं, इमीडिएटली आपको फोन करते हैं कि अभी जो सेशन आएगा तो उसमें ये क्वेश्चन थोड़ा राइज करें। तो गुरुजी ने कर्म के ऊपर बताया था कि 8वें अध्याय का 3रा श्लोक का दूसरी लाइन इतनी इम्पोर्टेंट है। कहा कि कर्म जो है जिसकी व्याख्या कोई कर नहीं सकता है, जो कर नहीं सकता है, और गुरुजी ने उसको एक लाइन के अंदर पूरी कर्म की व्याख्या बता दी। और वो था 8वें अध्याय का 3रा श्लोक का दूसरी लाइन। मैं आपका ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लूंगा क्योंकि भगवत गीता है ऐसी प्यारी चीज कि 1 घंटा क्या 10 घंटे भी बहुत कम पड़ते हैं। जब शुरू होता है तो फिर खत्म नहीं होता है, लेकिन ये शॉर्ट टाइम में है। तो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि जैसे मैंने निकाला भूत भाव
करो
गुरु जी के 8वें अध्याय का 3रे श्लोक की दूसरी लाइन, एक लाइन के अंदर पूरे कर्म की व्याख्या बता दी। भूत भावो भव करो विसर्ग कर्म संगता, बताइए। फिर मैंने आपको उसकी मीनिंग बताई थी, भेजी थी मैंने आपको, और उसमें थी प्राणियों की सत्ता को, क्योंकि कुछ अक्षर ऐसे होते हैं जो उसमें सचमुच गुरु की जरूरत पड़ती है कि जाके गुरु जी के चरणों में बैठ के साष्टांग प्रणाम करके गुरु जी से पूछें कि गुरु जी इसका क्या मतलब है। लेकिन जब गुरु जी कहते थे गीता पढ़ो, तो हम लोग पढ़ते नहीं थे। अभी जब शौक पैदा हो गया, श्रद्धा पैदा हो गई है, हम गुरु जी को ढूंढ रहे हैं। लेकिन फिर भी चलिए, शुक्र है परमात्मा का कि गुरु जी ने हम लोग को अपनी आवाज में वो दे के गए हैं प्रसाद, जिसमें से हम लोग थोड़ा निकालते रहते हैं, और आपस में डिवोटी जो हैं हम लोग मिलके भाई बहन एक इसके ऊपर चर्चा करते हैं। तो इसमें एक लाइन में बताया था, प्राणियों की सत्ता को प्रकट करने वाला त्याग। तो बताइए कितनी गहरी गहरी कर्म की व्याख्या बताई है। अब इसको तो बहुत ही एक एक अक्षर को संभाल के पढ़ना पड़ेगा। प्राणियों की सत्ता को प्रकट करने वाला त्याग कर्म कहा जाता है। तो मैं चाहूंगा दूसरी बार आप इस सेशन में
Just
आप
a
इस पे
minute, please.
We will discuss it. And I definitely want to thank all of you, and especially my very good friend Praveen Darji, and request him to get another very intellectual book of Bhagavad Gita. And thanks to all, especially my friend to Vimlaji and Kamlesh and Deepak ji and Jayanti ji. उनको थैंक क्या कहना, उनसे तो हमको ब्लेसिंग लेनी है. I love to say her name all the times. And all of you, thank you so much. We want to close it at right on the dot this time. We want to close because in Toronto it is 10 o'clock at night, and our main person, Peter G, becomes very late. He gets up 3 o'clock in the morning every day. So 10 o'clock is still late. So we want to close our session by 10 o'clock p.m. Toronto time. So thank you again very much. Jai Shri Krishna, all of you. See you again soon. Bhagavad Gita is an emotional art, science, and everything you call. Just by thinking of Bhagavad Gita, by opening the book and read few lines, can melt away your Mayavi problems. Thank you. It is 10 o'clock Toronto, 9 o'clock Chicago. Jai Shri Krishna. Good night from here. Have a good day in India and Asia. Thank you.